We're going to wrap up day one. It's been a very busy day, and I'm going to pass the baton back to Barry Stein for some closing comments. See you back here at noon tomorrow. And just a reminder that all of these sessions are taped and will be available on the Colorectal Cancer Canada website within the next 24 hours. Barry.
Hi, everyone, and thanks for holding out to the very end of the day in what has been a really so many rich sessions that we've had in the topic of disruption and innovation in cancer care, where patients have always taken the center stage. And for those of you who've heard Gord's story in between the different sessions, I'm sure you were touched equally by his passion, not only for clinical trials, but of course his own story all the way throughout. Today, we spoke to a unbelievable patient advocate from Europe, Jan Geisler, and he showed us how patients should be involved from the very beginning of the continuum of the clinical trial process, from ideation of the trials all the way through. And we heard from basic researchers such as John Bell and Denis Claude Roy and Rob Holt about some of the new innovations that they're working on in basic research and clinical trials that we hope to play a large role in as patients and patient advocates and patient groups in that process. We also heard about some unbelievable new advances in the way trials are being conducted, clinical trials using neoadjuvant treatment and early stage cancer patients with immunotherapy, and clinicians such as Rebecca Auer and so forth, developing new strategies in clinical trials which are not following the traditional methodologies in every case. Again, we heard from industry and a physician on the reevaluation of the drug approval process, and then the other side of the story we just heard from Kadith and Ines, really giving a rich perspective in the challenges faced in order to get earlier access to some of these new precision medicines throughout the HTA process and regulatory process in Canada. And that's something that we're working on in the coming weeks, actually, in a closed door sessions, trying to figure out some of the solutions to those problems. So just in conclusion for today, thank you all for hanging in there to the end of the day. I hope you enjoyed the sessions and got as much out of them as I did. It's part of our work that we do throughout the year that we reflect in these conferences. And tomorrow we have an equally rich agenda for you, starting at noon, as Anne-Marie said. And you tell people who would like to see these sessions again that they need to register for the session on the clinical trials, sixth annual clinical trial conference icon. You can find it on colorectalcancercanada.com on our website as well for those who haven't registered. But then post conference, we will have them available both on our colorectal cancer website as well as the PACT website, the Patient-Centered Approach to Clinical Trials. And that's something that we want to engage all of you in tomorrow as well. In building this process really to be the most patient-centric that we can in Canada. So thanks again, and look forward to seeing you tomorrow.